Hey there, everyone, and welcome to a new year of the 704 High School Highlight Podcast. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a great holiday season. My name is Jeff Taylor. I'm the sports director here at Bahakel Sports and WCCB. Glad you are along and checking out our podcast. And, of course, let me tell you this. Our podcast is brought to you by the Downer Law Firm, Charlotte's hometown legal team. If you're ever injured, hurt, make sure you reach out to the Downer Law Firm. We thank them for jumping on board and being a part of this podcast, as well as everything else we do here at Bahakel Sports. So, as you guys know, the 704 High School Highlight Podcast, we try to talk to coaches, players, athletic directors, pretty much anybody involved in high school sports. And today, we are joined by Champ Hayden, a young man who goes to
North Hills Christian School. It's in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Got it. What year are you?
I'm a senior, class 2 and 24.
Cool. Awesome. So I had a chance to see you play.
Yes, sir.
You're pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you.
So just has basketball always just kind of been a love of your life and kind of that? Did you venture out into any other sports growing up, or has it kind of always been basketball?
Well, so crazy thing is I'm really a baseball player at heart. So growing up, I played baseball all the way until like my middle school years.
Right.
I mean, I still play now. I just started back playing last year. So, but in middle school elementary I was baseball, played football a little bit, but I was really like a big baseball kid.
Right. And
And then finally in middle school, I just tried out for the eighth grade team. I made the team, but I ain't really played. But it was fun though. Like,
cool.
You know what I'm saying?
So baseball, what position do you like? Do you do kind of all over the place, or you like the
really anywhere in the infield? I played
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I played a lot of shortstop and second base. And I pitched a little bit.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So when it comes to basketball, and we'll get into your high school a little bit more in terms of your career and stuff. Was there a moment in basketball where you kind of went like, okay, I can do this and be really good at it? Was there one defining moment, or has just been kind of just a working hard and building up throughout your life? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. It was kind of, so at first it was hard, you know what I'm saying, because you put in a lot of time and you really can't rush the process. So you'll put in like a lot of time, and then you'll think like, okay, this the game I've been working out for, and then once you get there, it might not go as planned. But the way I looked at it is like God always has a plan, and so like if it don't work out, it's not that it didn't work out. It's really just a lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? You just learning and developing yourself. And for me, it was hard. You know what I'm saying? Just working out, and then not always reaching that full potential that I could. But I think the journey is what kept me going, because I like to work out. I like to try to get better. And
part of that journey, I think I was talking to your dad. You had kind of a setback your sophomore year, correct?
Yes, sir.
A knee injury, or if I'm correct?
Yes, sir. I tore my meniscus.
Okay. What was that like? And how much did that how much did that help the journey, maybe, or did it hurt it, or and how tough was it, having to sit and kind of work through that?
I think it helped me. I think it helped me with being patient and just trusting the process, and just getting better in ways not on the court but just off the court, like with my mentality, and just because I can't walk, so
right.
So my question to myself is, how can I still get better if I can't walk? Like, I could still dribble. I could still sit down and dribble with my left hand, dribble with my right hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just finding different ways to get better and not making no excuses for myself.
So did you become kind of a better student of the game in
yes,
terms
sir.
of
Just
studying and watching? You know,
yes, sir.
Watching stuff.
Just learning and watching the game, because I couldn't do too much.
Right.
So I'm watching a lot of film, watching my favorite players.
Right.
Just getting better. Yes, sir.
So talk to me a little bit about the last 2 years then. Obviously, you've kind of set the world on fire in terms of playing and stuff, and become probably one of the better players in North Carolina,
yes, sir.
and from what I've seen and stuff. So just talk to me about the last 2 years, your growth as a player, maybe.
So
and go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so going to North Hills, it was definitely a big change from coming from a big public school to, you know what I'm saying, a smaller private school. But I think it helped, like, you know what I'm saying, just me meeting new people, new connections, and it's fun. Like, you know what I'm saying, I just make the best out of every situation that I'm in, and yeah, that's really what it.
So you come from a public school and go to a private school, and now you're a senior. It's your senior year. Talk to me a little bit about leadership, and maybe have you taken a leadership role with this team, and what does that look like for you?
Yeah, definitely. We have our team is pretty young, so a lot of the younger players look up to me, and I always try to give out like the best advice and lead by example, not just by talking, but just doing the right thing. So yeah, definitely got that leadership role, and I'm always just making sure everything positive, smiling, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Never making excuses, because there's no excuses. You can always find a way to get around something in a positive way.
So numbers are pretty impressive. I don't have them here in front of me, but I know you're probably well above 30 points a game.
Yes, sir.
Average that rebounds,
11,
assists.
3.
Okay, cool. So you're getting in the limelight a little bit. You're having a pretty successful senior year. People start to take notice. And we talked about this maybe earlier when I met you earlier this year and stuff and talked. How do you keep a level head? How do you not become, look at me and look at what I'm doing? Because you're a young man.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes young men and people who are successful, their heads can kind of swell a little bit.
Definitely.
How do you stay on an even keel?
Really, I gotta give props to my mom. She always kept me like humble, because when I was younger I was pretty cocky. But you know what I'm saying, she just always like made sure I stay humble, and just knowing that I'm not the best player in the world, so
right.
And I'm not perfect. And I think the journey, I don't think in this game of basketball that you can ever be perfect at one thing, and I think that's what keeps me going in the game, because I know I'm never going to reach that perfection, but just the journey to try to get there, it's so fun, and it's just so humbling, because like I can have a 40-point game, turn around, have a 0-point game.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So it's just fun, and me being humble is the best way to do it.
So you talked about your mom. Just talk a little bit about family and your support system, because obviously to get to the point you are, there's a lot of work behind it from yourself.
Oh yeah, you definitely.
But talk about your support system a little bit and what that looks like.
Definitely want to give thanks to God, of course. You know what I'm saying, for even to where I'm at now, and for everything I went through to get here. And a lot of this is also my dad. My dad pushed me to be the best. I think he probably believed in me more than I believe in myself. And he just like he doesn't let nobody play with my name. Like he always just he keeps it. He's the best.
As a father of 3 boys, I get it, because like, do you have to reel them in?
Yeah, it don't work sometimes. So like I don't even like he just it's so funny, but it's so real, because like it's so much love, and him just doing this, I just know like whenever I have my kids, I just know like I can always look up to him and just be like, that's how I want to be. Like,
right.
It's a great role.
Well, that's a cool part about being parents. We live through our kids a lot of times.
Yes, sir.
And now, was your dad any good at basketball?
He said he was.
He said he was. All right. Have you ever played him?
Nah, he don't want that.
He doesn't want any of that.
Nah.
So, talk to your team again. Talk about your team some. You said they were young, a little bit younger and stuff. The year they've had so far, how have they grown as a team, maybe? And talk about your coach a little bit and the coaching staff.
Okay, so my team, it's me, my point guard is named Gerard, and I have my other, he's like a wing player. His name is Malachi. And us 3, we're kind of the leaders of the team. We're all 3 of us are seniors, and so we just all took on that role. And they're the best teammates I could ask for. I mean, the whole team, of course,
sure.
But like those 2 specifically, because we all came at the same time, and we're all the same age. You know what I'm saying? So we all feed off of each other. I learned a lot from them, and I know they learned a lot from me, and they really the best teammates I could ask for. And the coaching staff, our coach is John Knox from Salisbury. I know he's a legend up there.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, he's a legend, pretty well known. And I give a lot of props to him, because even before he was my coach, he was the middle school coach. Oh, sorry.
You good?
He was the middle school coach, and I used to like when they used to have practice and stuff. Before my practice, I used to always like ask him like, what's some good times me and you could get in the gym together, work out, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even know him at all. I just seen him coaching, so I'm just trying to build connections, see who he is, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just tried to get in the gym with him. We got in the gym together, and I learned a lot from him. And he taught me a lot about about being humble, having character, and not making excuses and just getting better every single day.
Being as good as you are at basketball, and you mentioned, trying to get to that perfection level, which is tough doing stuff. Talk to me a little bit, too, about the schedule. How tough is it for an athlete, a high school athlete nowadays? Because you have practice, you have school.
Yeah.
How do you make it all work? And I'm assuming that at the top of that list is probably schoolwork first.
Yes, sir, definitely. You definitely gotta you gotta to be great in high school, you have to it's a lot of distractions being young, and you gotta cut some of it out. Like sometimes you might have to miss parties, miss family functions, maybe
right,
miss like a lot of things that you would usually do to get where you want to be. So I mean, you just gotta take that risk and just believe in yourself. And the people that surround you should go with it, because if they believe in you and you believe in yourself, then I mean nothing can stop you.
Right.
And and if you keep putting in the work, then the work gonna show. It might not work on your time, but it's definitely gonna come. You should believe.
Do you feel and people get into a lot of conversations, private school versus public school and stuff like that. Do you think you fly under the radar a little bit because of going to a private school?
Definitely, definitely. And it's so crazy because sometimes people don't think that the private school I go to, that we don't play great competition and all that. But every time we step on the court against anybody, we always gonna put up a fight. We always gonna do what we do. And every time I step on the court is I prove my point over and over again. And I don't mind. I mean I want everybody to think
what
that
you do.
Yeah, it's this is what I do against anybody and anybody that step in front of me. If they don't know my name before the game, they'll know it afterwards.
They're gonna know it afterwards.
For sure.
I don't know. It was the tournament I covered during the holidays or whatever. But the team, the BAM, I think was the BAM group that did it.
Oh, yeah, from Olympic.
Yeah,
yes, sir,
over Olympic or whatever. I don't know who the team was that you were playing, but you mentioned how good some of these private schools are.
Yeah.
Those kids could ball out some, because there was one kid, I don't know if he missed a three the first half.
Yeah, from Westminster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out
was
to
like,
them.
every shot I know it's a bad,
Yeah,
he had a great game.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah,
game,
definitely.
I was looking at the kid going,
yeah, he's nice.
Is he going to ever miss?
Yeah, game recognized game. He's definitely nice. So shout out to him.
So in terms of where do you go from here? I know you've reached out to colleges and stuff, and hopefully some of them are starting to reach out and stuff. But obviously the next level would be, playing at the next level.
Definitely is, and that's just to be watching out for, because the time is coming, the time is ticking, and the time is getting short. Season almost over, but my career isn't over. So
right,
everybody will sit and watch and see.
Let me ask you this, and you can pass on it if you want. I think one thing, and I've talked to other athletes about it and other coaches and athletic directors, and for me, somebody like yourself, a young man, senior, balling out his senior year, the transfer portal. I know when the ACC coaches were here to talk about basketball in this upcoming basketball season, I talked to them a little bit about it. They were talking about recruiting or filling spots on their teams, and they're like, well, I've got 6 spots that are open. I'm going to go get 5 from the transfer portal, and I'll offer up one high school one.
Yeah.
It just seems to me it hurts the high school game some.
It definitely does.
And your thoughts on it? Do you? I mean,
yeah, it definitely.
It's a tough. And I get it. It's a tough line to walk.
Yeah, it's definitely hard, but I think it's really hard to explain, because I mean, if it's 6 spots open and 5 of them are already basically taken by other college students already, and one is, it's you know what I'm saying, you kind of got to be one in a million, kind of you know what I'm saying. But everybody can't be rich. Everybody can't be the best player on the team. Everybody can't, just different journeys. So I mean, if your journey is to make it to play college basketball, sometimes you might have to venture off and go a different route. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. Because at the end of the day, you'll still be playing college ball.
Well, what's so cool talking with you, it just, you have your head on so straight. It almost you work hard, you put in the work, and whatever happens, happens.
Yes,
it's
sir.
not in your hands.
Yes, sir.
So it's kind of,
really in God's.
I kind of like that a little bit in terms of the way that goes. And you're talking about that. Who's the best college team in the nation?
Right now, I'm voting for Kentucky. I like how Kentucky looks.
Okay.
I like them, but I love Duke.
It's hard not to.
Yeah, so
we live in this. We live in the Carolinas. There you go.
yeah, but Kentucky is looking nice, though.
I'm a big Tennessee fan.
Okay,
I think they
can't go wrong with
But I
Tennessee.
do have a kid who goes to Tennessee, so
Oh.
it's kind of like biased that way or something. Favorite pro team, maybe, and why? Or do you have one?
NBA.
Yeah,
I like the OKC Thunder.
got it.
Young, talented. Of course, I like the Lakers with LeBron.
Right.
And my favorite player in the NBA is definitely Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna. Why?
He just plays the game at 110% every game. He don't take no days off. It don't seem like he does. And number 5, I wear number 5. People wear number 5.
There's that connection that way.
And his game is not like he doesn't do too much. He just scores the ball, makes the team better.
Right.
And that's kind of how I model my game. I don't try to do too much. I don't try to do all the extra dribbling. I just try to score the ball and do whatever I need for the team to win.
Back to playing on the hardwoods in high school and stuff. If a team gets down, how do you kind of lead? How do you lead if maybe your team gets down and is looking for something, some momentum? How tough is it to lead in those situations? Maybe when you get down and it's like, okay, this is not going to happen. How do you lead it in a situation like that?
Definitely by just doing the little things, diving for loose balls, getting a big rebound, playing defense, bringing energy, talking, making sure everybody just still locked in. Because, I mean, if you're down by 10 in the fourth quarter, it's still 7-8 minutes left in the quarter. So that's more than enough time to come back and still pull the game out. So I never just get down. I make sure my teammates never get down. And they also hold me accountable too. So
talk about the school real quick in terms of the students there. Do they turn out pretty well as fans?
Oh, yeah. I love Northfields, man. Northfields know they got my heart, and I know I got theirs too. So, yeah, them.
So the students get a little crazy and support you and stuff?
Oh, yeah. My school be turned up. I love them.
Got it. So goals for the rest of the year. How many more games? Do you know how many more games? What are you, about halfway through the season?
Yeah,
maybe?
yes, sir. Like right at the half.
So your goals. What would the as you wrap up your senior year? What would it look like in terms of success?
Definitely make a good run in the playoffs. We definitely trying to stay over 500. Like what I'm saying, with the win percentage. And for me personally, I just want to see all my teammates win. See all my senior teammates go to where they want to go. And I also want to, and I definitely will be playing at a Division I or Division II college program this upcoming season.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Champ Hayden.
Nice.
Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you,
You got a good head on your shoulders. I'm sure you're going to go far.
Thank you. Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for your time.
Thank
so
you.
Champ Hayden, senior, one of the best ball players here in the Carolinas, and he's going to do some great things. Hey, listen, thanks for joining the 704 High School Highlight Podcast, brought to you by the Downer Law Firm, Charlotte's hometown legal team. Make sure you contact them if you're ever injured in an accident. That's the Downer Law Firm. Hey, listen, my name's Jeff Taylor. I'm the sports director here at Bahakel Sports and WCCB. Thanks for taking time to check out the podcast. Make sure wherever you listen, watch your podcast, you can find it there. Make sure you like, comment, share. We love to stay in contact. And until next time, have a great week.